The sun rises for another day over one of the main founding fathers of brass banding, mining. Back when Britain was coal-fired, almost every colliery or coal mine had their own brass band. But for how much longer will this historic art last? Dronfield Jenquick Band were one of those bands who formed through their local pit. Formed in 1970, the band is only 2 members away from a full complement, but its makeup is predominantly middle-aged or above. Its MD Damien Wildman says the pastime is seeing fewer young people.
You know, you still do what you do because you enjoy doing it, and as musicians you want to perform to an audience that's going to appreciate what you do, and slowly we've seen a decline in particularly younger people coming to see audiences for whatever reason that may be.
16-year-old Eleanor Keyworth is the exception that breaks the rule. However, she is surrounded by people at least double her age.
I have to talk to adults most of the time, rather than like people my own age. I do have friends in the band, they're just like twice my age. But yeah, it'd be nice to talk to them. So yeah.
This is the Young People's Band at Sheffield Citadel Salvation Army. It's made up of around 20 kids aged between 7 and 16 who have all learnt a brass instrument through the church. They rehearse every Monday night and play in church services every Sunday. A number of volunteers who all learnt to play instruments as children help and teach this new generation. The band's leader, Alistair Mann, who is school manager at Burley Academy in Sheffield, says that learning new skills is so important.
Learning new skills such as playing a brass instrument gets them off their devices as well, which is quite important in today's society. And it also builds on the learning that they have at school with things like maths, the counting that they have to do as part of playing, and the rhythms that they have to learn is all really important. Playing in sort of a brass band helps them to make new friends and also encourages them to work as part of a team.
Despite leading the children, Alistair agrees with the notion that brass banding is ageing.
And you just have to sort of look around at sort of the bands. You look at those populations, and it is very much an older male band, and it's something that we want to try and encourage the young people to try and join the senior band at our church. But in order for them to do that, they have to learn the skills at a young age.
One of the people that play in the band is Abigail Greasley. She's 16 years old and was due to be taking her GCSEs this year. However, with all schools being closed due to the coronavirus, her living room is now her classroom. She's been learning an instrument for nearly 2 years, but can't develop her skills at school because they don't offer music as a GCSE.
Very few people play an instrument, and it's limited to who can do it because it's only available to the year 7s and 8s. I know a few people in my year that would have loved to do a music GCSE, but they just couldn't because we didn't have the opportunity.
Despite young people wanting to do music, Abby says that barely anyone plays a brass instrument in her school.
Around 3-4 people. Not many people play a brass instrument because there's not the people to be able to teach them how to play.
I've been playing brass instruments for around 15 years or so, but I had to learn through my local Salvation Army church. If I wanted lessons in school, then I had to pay for them. It seems that more and more music education within schools is becoming less and less important, and it has been noted that some primary schools no longer employ a specialist music teacher and are putting unequal focus on core subjects.
Funding, especially in schools, is very tight across the board, really. But there are schools who are trying to encourage a lot more brass playing. I know at my school we have people coming in to do brass tuition, we have people coming in to do piano tuition and guitar tuition. But it is really important to try and get more people involved in brass playing.
To get bands like this, you first have to have bands like this. So what advice would Damien give?
I say give it a go. I say music in general will give you windows to the world and opportunities that other things just don't allow you to do.
Will the sun rise over brass banding again, or will it soon face its final sunset?